It's Tuesday the 12th of October. It's about 6:40 in the evening, so apologies for the lack of light. I'm just trying to, in fact I've just found a bit of a rare treat. We've only stayed in one of these before. This is a mountain shelter. They're kind of used a lot by cross-country skiers in the winter, just to hold up for the night if they get in trouble. The last one we stayed in was called Brown Mountain Shelter. We know for a fact this one's got a log burner, which means we're going to be toasty warm tonight because it's bloody cold. I think Pockets is already there, hopefully trying to get the fire going. He was about 10 minutes ahead of me. It's a bit of a nice spot actually. Yeah, I'll give you a quick look. It's actually kind of surrounded by meadow. And there it is. It's only the second one I've stayed in. And it really is going to be a treat tonight because it's going to be toasty warm. Let's go and see if we can find Pockets. He should be in there. Hopefully with a fire going. Pocket! How is it?
It's freaking awesome.
Nice.
We got wood, got the fire going. Burning for a little bit, but snow jammers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shine your light around a bit so I can see it.
And hopefully, no interruptions tonight by a fella named Ken.
Yeah.
And then there's the upper deck up Joey's.
There's upper deck as well.
Yeah.
Alright, let me go outside, I've got no light, so. So anyway, I'll give you a quick update what's happening. Actually, let me just get my pack off, because I've been wearing it for the last 3 hours. So this is the Urich shelter. We are about 50 miles from a place called Snoqualmie Pass, which in turn is about 73 miles from a place called Skycomish, which in turn is about 200 miles from the Canadian border, and the true finish of the PCT. So it's about 320 miles. Although I've still got to go back and do the stretch we skipped in Oregon, which I think is about 350 miles as well. It's been getting really cold, really cold. The weather's turned, the temperatures have just dipped really the last sort of week. I guess about the last week it's been down to, well, easily freezing. I mean, the ground's just frosty in the morning. We've got to keep the water in the tent sort of wrapped up in clothing or something so it doesn't freeze in the morning. It's been rainy. We had to stop in Packwood for about 3 days because it was just 3 days worth of just complete rain, and we started out about 3 days ago and we got up to about 4,000 or 5,000 foot, turned around a corner and the ground was just covered in snow. So it is snowing. The snow line's down to about, I think, 5,000 feet at the moment. We've got the Cascades coming up, the Cascade mountain range, which is the last kind of severe mountainy bit, I suppose, and that goes up to about 7,000. So, you know, we're expected to be cold. Probably going to get snowed on. I've got to pick up my new boots. My Gore-Tex boots in a couple of days because our feet are just getting sodden out here. It's just, the trail's just really wet and muddy, so our feet are constantly wet, so it'd be nice to try and get some dry feet. Plus the fact I actually melted one of my shoes yesterday trying to dry it out by the campfire. I picked it up and I melted half the sole, so It's actually pretty good timing. We're also walking with a guy called Trooper, who we last saw in Chester, which was a few hundred miles ago. We were just getting water from his stream yesterday, and he came around the corner behind us. I was surprised as hell to see him, because I thought he would have finished by now, but I think he got sick again. He had Giardia once, and I think he got sick again, so he lost a bit of time. But apart from that, everything's good. Hopefully, I would think about 16 days to the Canadian border, pick up a Greyhound down to Cascade Locks, and then walk south and finish at Crater Lake. That stretch is about 350 miles, so, you know, all being well, 25-mile days, as long as the weather doesn't get really, really nasty and we're not wading through 6 feet of snow, then everything's going well. Pretty confident. I'm now going to go make myself a nice little cup of tea, sit by a nice log burner, and be warm for the first time in about a week. Thanks for watching the vlog. Don't forget to stay tuned.